As spiritual seekers today, we have a huge advantage over, say, people that were alive during Buddha's time or, the ancient Sufis. And our advantage is the fact that we are just really totally, completely messed up. I mean, wow. You know, our brain, many of us could describe our inner world as painful at, the confusion and the who am I, and then put ourselves in the context of where we live. We live in this time of what feels like just a really big emergency. How do we bring 8 billion human beings together into a place of oneness so that we can solve our environmental difficulties? We're really messed up. We're messed up mentally. So that makes it so much easier to just decide to drop the whole thing, to dig in deep. And one of the easiest things to understand is the fact that we are consumed by consumerism. Everything is a product to us, even spirituality. We have a spiritual marketplace. You can go out, you can buy whatever kind of spirituality you want. And next week it's going to be something new. Like I'm putting this video together. It's 2023. All of a sudden we have sound baths, and qigong is like huge. It's like everywhere you turn around, and nice things. But I mean, am I the only one that sees just how faddish it is that everyone's jumped on this? Where's the depth? What does this come from before? And it's consumerism. We're looking for that little quick switch that's going to switch us into a spiritual being. So the point is, this is a huge advantage. Greed, even really subtle greed, is easy to identify. If you just sit there and just kind of look at it, look at a big greed. Like, what are the things you're really greedy for? What does that feel like? Now bring it down to smaller and smaller and smaller greeds. What is your greed for enlightenment? What is your greed for spiritual knowledge? What is simply just your greed to feel good all the time? Happy, happy, happy. Always be happy. Identify that. And then every time it happens to you, you don't have to feel ashamed about it. Just go, oh, of course you feel that way. You've been taught to feel that way since the day you drew your first breath. How do we get past it? The answer's simple. First, just see it. Just see it. I would pretty much bet that when you look at it just objectively, you'll go, that is not who I want to be. And the second you start seeing these things, they're so blatant. You start seeing it and you're like, oh, that's not me. That's something I was told that I wanted. But is this really my deepest heart's desire as a human being? To buy more stuff, to be more spiritual than the other guy, to be the big spiritual teacher? Is that really what you want? This is why it's so easy to overcome, because it's just so blatant.